And here's the proof. In 1975, Kodak invented the digital camera, and they buried it. They were terrified that digital would cannibalize their film business. So their safe strategy, protect the cash cow. The result, bankruptcy in 2012. Meanwhile, their biggest competitor, Fujifilm, facing the exact same disruption with digital, pivots their chemical expertise into cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. And they come up with a skincare line after realizing that their antioxidation technology that prevented photo fading was identical to anti-aging skincare science. Today, imaging is just a small part of Fuji's revenue, while cosmetics and pharmaceuticals is a main profit driver. Risk saved one. Risk avoidance destroyed the other. So we went to below a 2 multiple, and look how the numbers skyrocketed. They shot up. We went from $25,000 in monthly recurring revenue to 1.8 million. 25,000 to 1.8 million, you heard me right, in monthly recurring revenue. We went from 216 members per location to over 6,000 members per location. That gave us a $13 million annual revenue bump. And this eventually allowed us to scale from 9 to 34 locations. Introducing the bet model, because most leaders are gambling blindly, and I want to show you how to place the perfect bet. So the B in bet is for blueprint. This is where we brainstorm, analyze, and plan. Prove it on paper first. You don't build a house without a blueprint, right? Don't start something in business without it all planned out on paper. Then vet the idea against the revenue model to make sure it enhances, not distracts from, scalability. Then run a risk versus reward audit. What's the upside if it works? What's the downside if it doesn't? What's the risk of doing nothing? Finally, run a pre-mortem. Imagine the project has failed 6 months from now, and ask, why did it fail? This reverse engineering exposes the risks before they happen. Then we move on to experiment. This is where we test and measure. Run a micropilot. Test it with just 5% of your members, or 50% of your new signups, or at one of your hotels. Set a predefined kill number. If you don't achieve X% conversion or X dollars by days 60, 90, or 120, depending on the scope, you kill it. Then we move on to transform, where we implement and scale. Once the data says go, you move from experiment to permanent business protocol. Only after the data says go. Most leaders are gambling blindly. The bet model teaches you how to place the perfect bet. I've been studying Aikido for the last 18 years. And there's a principle in this martial art that changed the way I think about business risk. In Aikido, we don't avoid a force coming at us. We redirect it. When someone's coming at you with momentum, with energy, with intent, your instinct is to resist or run. But that's not what we do. We meet that force. We blend with it, and we use its own energy to create a new outcome. Business risk works exactly the same way. When the force of energy, competitive pressure, economic turmoil, market disruption, it's coming at you whether you want it or not. You can't avoid it. You can resist it and get knocked down, or you can do what we did with membership. Meet that force, blend with it, and redirect it into momentum for your advantage. The pandemic was coming at us. We didn't freeze. We didn't fight it head on. We redirected that momentum into innovation, and it transformed everything. The force is here. The question isn't whether you're going to face it. The question is, will you redirect it to energy within your organization? I really appreciate your time today.